Hey, good Sunday evening, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining, even though this is 2 hours later than normal. We had some family stuff to take care of today and things to do. So I thought, well, better late than never. It might not be as long a stream tonight. We'll see. Maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, but we'll see what's going on. So I want to say hello to who's here. I see Joe Velasco is here. You were beginning to wonder if there was going to be a stream today. So was I. So anyways, and Brendan Wilson's here and looks like DeWitt 3D. Oh, that's me. Sorry. Zixelter is here today. Jason is here. W. Ian Douglas, you bought a Voron kit and you can't wait to assemble it. I know, it's exciting, isn't it? And Stream Elements is here. Welcome. Oh, you're on Twitch. Key 7AZ, Logan, and the music starts. Yes, strike up the banjo. I didn't do the banjo tonight. I'm kind of, I don't know, getting away from the banjo for now. I think it kind of brings out the redneck in me. I don't know, maybe. An old curmudgeon's going to lurk, working on your day off. You can lurk. That's fine. Right off the stop, I wanna thank Zixeltor21. He was extremely kind and sent me two things. Sent me a few things, actually. So he sent me this really nice cutout Voron logo for the back plate of my 2.4, which I'm going to put on. Kind of matches the colors I'm doing. I'm doing gold and black, and you know, yellow is a spin-off of gold. And he also sent me a Revo. Oh, hang on one sec, guys. I just gotta take this call. I'll be with you in a second. Let me just mute my mic for 1 second. Okay, there we go. Maria's just running a little bit late, and she just phoned to tell me that and apologized for not being here. I said, it's fine. Ethan's upstairs. He's fine. So, yeah, I was talking to Zixeltor21, and he sent me this Stealthburner toolhead PCB for the Clockwork 2, which was extremely nice of him. So I have this Stealthburner PCB for the Clockwork 2, and it came with the connecting pins, which I'm not even sure if I'm going to need those, because I think that the Voron, the LDO kit has everything I need. And then he also sent me a spare silicone sock for the Revo hot end. So there we go. Well, that camera's even tracking my hand. Usually just tracks my face. So thank you very much. It was an exciting experience getting it to me, but that's a whole other story. But we did get it, and it is extremely and very, very appreciated. I love this community because people reach out and just do stuff like that for me, and that was very much appreciated. So thank you so much again, Zixeltor21. They're mini JSTs. Okay. Rex Waldy, hello. Hello. You thought it was yellow. It is yellow. That's okay. My build is gold, but gold and yellow go together, so that's fine. It's going to look great. It is going to look really good. What else was I going to say? I had brain fart here. First Lair and Meltic didn't stream today. Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on. I know Richard's having a busy summer. So I know he's going to be getting back into the swing of things in the fall for sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen through August. So I just actually saw him Friday. He passed on a bottle of PLA Gloop to me to try. He was using that as a bed adhesion, and he bed adhesion videos, and he asked me if I wanted. I said, sure, I'd love to try some PLA Gloop. So there we go. Yeah, well, thank you so much. That's great. And I did get your messages on Twitter, and I think I've got the right parts printed. I believe one of the parts you're speaking about, the little boomerang thing, is that little guy right there. And I believe now the other one, I had printed two of these. There was this one. There was two sizes, and I'm not 100% sure. They both looked identical to me, but they were two different parts. I'm sure there's just a tiny little difference in size in it, but with my luck, I've got the wrong one on here, which is easy to change. But hopefully I lucked out and put the right one on here, so we'll see. So last week when we were continuing this, I needed the PCB board to go on with the building of the hot end, and then also I needed the there were some parts I was missing to go on with the electronics. I believe I have printed all those parts to move on. Where did I put them? And it's all a matter of where I put all these pieces. I printed a whole bunch of pieces, and I've been doing two different, the bigger one, yeah, but they look the same to me. So I'm going to figure out which one is bigger. I'll have to figure out which one is bigger. So, but we're pretty much ready to start assembling this. But apparently, then I needed to work on the Klicky. So I went ahead and did this because it was so fussy for a video. I've built the Klicky up to this point. Okay, I think I am still missing something that goes so the Klicky is going to come off here. So that basically separates from this, and we have our Klicky that clicks into the hot end, and then this is the dock or the docking station for it. But I think I'm missing a piece yet that goes on the docking station into the extrusion. So I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look at that. But I also apparently need to. This Klicky goes on, and then the hot end goes on over top of the Klicky, but then there is something about needing to adjust the up and down on this, and so you have to take the hot end off again once you want to align it with the docking station. I don't know. Take off that silver lever. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure about that. So when I pull this out, take off the silver lever and just leave the little Klicky thing there, the little knob. Okay. I don't recall seeing that in the instructions, but I do recall only seeing pictures with a little button. Okay, so that's fair enough. That's easy enough to take off, because really this part just comes as a separate part, and that's sort of a floating part. I have checked the continuity of my wiring, and the continuity is fine in my wiring as far as the wires touching the magnets. So yeah, so we needed to build that before we could go on with the hot end. And then I said, okay, well, the heck with that. Let's just go on with the electronics and start doing that. But I was missing a bunch of mounts for the electronics. And I have since printed a bunch of mounts for the electronics. And I put them where I wouldn't misplace them. And tonight's stream, as I say, we had a few things to do because we were late. And I was coming down and I was getting everything ready for the stream, getting this new face-following intelligent camera set up, and I put those parts somewhere that I printed for the electronics, and I'll find them because they're in a box. They're in one of the boxes. So hang on. If I'm not mistaken, dun, da, 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 they're in this box. There we go. There's all the parts I printed for the mounts. So I printed a whole bunch, and my initial ones I printed were in black. I printed a bunch of other ones in the gold, and I thought, I don't care. They're on the bottom of the electronics. Who cares what color they are? They could be pink and purple for all I care. So because they're going to be hidden for the most part. So other than when you guys see me build it, and I know Jason on here, and this is for those of you, any of you who happen to catch any of my rat rig build. I know Jason is one. He's going to be eagle eye watching me to make sure that everything is parallel. So because apparently on the rat rig, there's one thing that comes up all the time about some certain power supply that's like a little bit crooked. So we're good to go. Okay, so first thing I want to do is figure out getting this PCB onto the Clockwork 2. So let me come up with a interesting camera angle here. I've got a really interesting rig for my close-up camera now. So I am able to kind of manipulate it so that I can go boom, and you can see a really good close-up of what I'm doing here. That is cool. Cool. So I know for a fact on this, I'm going to watch the chat. Yeah, Jason, crooked 5-volt PSU. Yeah, of course, you remember the exact part, too. You've probably got that picture clipped somewhere. So I'm going to pop this off and then lift this cover. There, so we have the inside of this. Now, this cover, Again, I printed both of them. One was supposedly a little bigger than the other, but I could not see a difference in the two other than I think maybe the spacing right here. But so I guess I'll know if I have the right one, because when I go to close it, if it doesn't close, I've got the wrong one. So I just took a wild guess. So we have the two little mounting points here and here. So this little mounting point here and this little mounting point here. Hey, apprentice, no worries. Never. You're not late. I'm late. So I've got these boomerangs, and I know I only need one, but I printed two boomerangs because I tend to lose small pieces, so I have a spare. Now, my assumption is that we have the little grooves on here, because I couldn't find any instructions on this other than on this page here. They talk a little bit about mounting the PSU here, or the PCB here, but they don't really get into the the direction, blah blah blah. So they're talking about using nylon washers and M3x8 socket head cap screws. So so I'm guessing that these little ridges go up. Okay, this is just my common sense thinking, that these go up and on the board so that the board is raised up to protect the electrical contacts so we don't squish anything. And then that screws on there through here, and then this little boomerang thing kind of sits in here. Oops, I'm on the wrong camera. So this little boomerang thing is going to kind of sit in here just like something like that. Like that. And then the board is going to come in this way and sit in here something like that. Is basically my common sense thinking, is that's how this thing's going to mount. And Zexeltor there says yes sir. So common sense wins again. Okay, so here, let me get this mic down. There we go. Get the mic down a little closer, just because I want to feel like a DJ here, so let's find, and now the Stealthburner, or actually the original instructions say to use M3x8s, which is probably right. So let's go, but nylon washers. I have to check and see if I actually have nylon washers, although that might be, they might have come as part of the Stealthburner, or sorry, as part of the Stealthburner upgrade kit, which is, where's that box? I've got a lot of things kind of sitting in boxes over on this side, as you can obviously see from that other camera. And I'm just trying to find the Stealthburner upgrade part. Oh, that's the box I had right here. Stealthburner upgrade kit. So, in here, all the screws and everything. Oh, I think what I did is I combined all my other screws together. I don't need any of these wiring parts for it. So here, let me, while I'm looking at this, let me just bring you guys up while I'm looking for the parts I need for this. Stealthburner fastener kit. Here we go. And this is the backup, which is fine. I don't care. I'm going to see if we have any M3x8s in here, and some nylon washers. So we have M3x8s, 2 pieces, which is what I need. And any washers in here? I see some heat sets. Dum 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 dum. Don't see nylon washers. So let me look in my other plethora of parts and see if there are any nylon washers. Now I'm assuming nylon washers because of the board, but the board is kind of isolated so that when you tighten the screw down, nothing is going to touch the rest of the electronics. So I don't know if the washers are critical. I didn't use them in any of my other board mounts, so we'll see. I'm just going to check and put the 8mm in there. Yeah, I think we can get away without the washers if I don't have any. I don't recall using nylon washers on any of the boards I've put in any of my builds so far, and I don't recall seeing nylon washers. But they're calling for it, so I'm going to have a quick peek through here and just see if I have any. Because I ain't no expert. And I figure if it's calling for them, if I have them, let's use them. So let's have a peek through. We still got lots of magnets and lots of bolts, and we got lots of everything in here. But let's have a quick peek here. We have belts, bolts. We have washers, but they're not nylon, and they're M5s. Might be quicker. Yeah, there we go. And what's this? This is a M3 washer. It's not nylon though. Five demerits for tardiness. You got it, Jason. I don't see any nylon washers at all in here. We have M5 lock washers. No, we don't have nylon washers at all in my kit, in any of my kits. So let's forego those for now. Because honestly, I believe in my whole heart that I can get away without them. So we're going to go through and we are going to get this guy in place here. Let's get the close-up so you guys can watch me struggle here. Although the M3x5 has got to go through this spacer. So let's make sure, number one, see, good thing I have to drill that out a little bit because the hole's a little tight. I don't want that. I want this one so I can ream these holes out a little bit so those M3s will fit in there. They're pretty tight. Oh, that's very tight. Do I have to go get my drill? No, I can muscle my way through this. Okay, there's the one. And this one. Oh! I'm a weakling. Oh, man. There we go. There we go. Okay. Where you have, I better leave those drill bits out. Who knows what I got to ream out next. Keep it clean. So those fit in there. They got to go through the PCB board into there. So if I put that in there, if I go through the PCB board like so, and like so, and then through these, my concern is, are they going to be long enough? And then we have, it goes on there. Whoops. On there and on there. Oh, they're just long enough, and they should be long enough to bite in there. So let's go ahead and see if I can't MacGyver this thing in here. And get these things to work. See if I can find the hole here without kind of blind. There we are. There's one. And there's the other one. Oh, you know what? I don't think these... No. M3x8s are not quite going to cut it. So I'm going to grab some 10 millimeters. Let's see. Need some 10s. Yeah, I think I am. I've been looking at some of the other ones, and I actually looked and saw why. I watched the video and saw why you can't use the PCB for the brain fart. The other PCB because the plugs are oriented the wrong way for the Clockwork one. I got to have some 10 millimeters in here. Let's see, 25, 16s. Just looking for some 10 millimeters. The 8s are not quite long enough. M3x10s. I got some M3x10s right here from the Klicky kit, so I don't mind swapping bolts out from one kit to another. Yeah, I'm already looking at ways to print different colors for these parts too. So, okay, let's grab these 8mm guys out of here and put the 10s in and see if they work a little bit better. They should. Let's just grab this. Oh, that already... Why are you not coming out now? You're not even tightened into anything. Oh, am I using... Let's see. Oh, well, that might help. Okay, that's just a little embarrassing. Although that one's still not going far enough. I was using the wrong size hex key. Duh. But this one, and it was turning. This one here is not quite long enough. Let's see. It's not biting in. Yes, it is. There it is. Okay, the 8s worked. Oh, man. I'm not embarrassed too much. Okay, come on. Somebody else has done that before, right? You have what you think is the right size hex key. You're turning and turning and turning, thinking, oh, it's not long enough because it's not biting, but you've been using the wrong size hex key. Okay, so now with this in place, so these plugs are open from the side to plug into here. This plug underneath is where the motor is going to plug in. So we're going to be shortening this wire eventually anyways, probably. And then here's where we're plugging in the cables that are going to go to the main board. And I think that that is obviously not the right size cover right there. So I don't even think the other one is going to be the right size cover. Not a big deal. Let's see if I can't undo this one and see if the other one's going to work. There's that hole. And we'll just... Why are you not coming off? Oh, that's because it was self-tapping into this piece. It only happens live. That's true, apprentice. That's why I like live, because it's honest to goodness life. If I screw up, I screw up. I want other people to see where I screw up so that if they're doing something and they say, hey, I remember that DeWitt guy screwed up this, so I'm going to remember not to. Okay, so that one's off, but I don't think this other one is right either. So there's that one, and there's this one that I printed. So, and they look very similar. So let's see if this other one is even close. So if I take this, it's going to go something like this. Actually, it is. Oh, son of a gun. I couldn't see the difference, but it is. So that I had the wrong one on, but I did print the right one. Okay. Woof. I don't look like such a fool after all. Okay. Well, let's get this one screwed on. I is happy. They look so similar in size, though. Okay. This one's going to self-tap in. Okay. Do 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 do. We need some self-tapping music here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I do the Jeopardy theme, but I don't want to get demonetized. Do 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 do. So I'm making up my own self-tapping theme. Do 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 do. And there we go. So now this will open up. And it closes up just nicely over that. Oh, that is beautiful. And obviously there's going to be some wires that have to plug in here and here and here and here and here and here. And hopefully those are going to be cleared. So let's put this guy back in place. Lock him in. This guy comes down and he'll screw in. I don't know what's going to plug in up here, but there's going to be room. I guess there's going to be. That's sort of the way it's designed. And that'll close up like that, nice and sleek. And then you have the cables that are going to go to the hot end. And wow, so that's cool. Okay, we got that done. Okay, woohoo! Put these over here. I got a spare screw. Oh, that's the screw that go in the bottom of the, I might as well put that in there so I don't lose it. Ah, that's why I had the wrong size hex key, because this is a little different screw. So this one goes in here. There we go. Now, there we are. There we go. So the PCB is in there. And it's nice, compact, sleek. Look at that. That is sweet. That is sweet. That's a good looking unit. So the next step after this, if I go to the manual, so this one here talks about putting the PCB in the tool head. Now we're going to talk about putting some electronics on. And I guess we mount the tool head a little bit later, which is fine. Or did we mount the tool head earlier? We did mount some of the tool head earlier. What do we mount first? That's putting it together. And then, oh, I'm on the wrong book. That's why. I think I want to be on this one. This is where I want to be, on the Stealthburner assembly. So, well, okay, this is the stage we were at. So instead of we're not mounting this probe, we're mounting the Klicky, and that's where I had to stop and print the Klicky parts right here. So this is the part where, and we're going to mount the top parts here because the Klicky wire's got to go up through there. Yada, yada, yada. So for those of you out there, so we're kind of right here right now. So for those of you out there who have done this before, who have worked on the Stealthburner and the Klicky, I'm going to turn my printer over here. So let's go to this camera. Okay, I'm going to turn the printer on the right side up here so we can work on it. Just got to get a couple things out of the way here. My question is, what is your question? Oh, it's just going to get heavier, Tim. Okay, so my question is, over here, close-up cam, here we go. So over here, from what I understand, in my limited knowledge on all this whole thing, is that this little probe here for the Klicky is going to go in here and mount in those slotted areas right there. Okay, so that I know. Okay, now my question is that there's an up and down adjustment on here, obviously, because they've got slotted slots back here for putting that in. Now that up and down adjustment, in order to do that, the rest of the hot end can't be on. And apparently that has to be adjusted up and down based on where I'm assuming back here somewhere is where the dock, if we can get under where my finger is. So I'm assuming back here somewhere is where the dock for this this part is going to dock back here somewhere. I don't know if this is going to dock directly on here or if it's going to come out. If I'm missing a piece that I have to print, that this is going to come out. And then this will be a fixed height. And then I'm going to have to adjust the height of this. Okay. How much room is it? There's a fair bit of play there. But I'm going to have to adjust the height of this based on the fixed height of this. So if I put this all together right now, I'm just going to end up having to take it apart again to make the adjustments in order to fit the Klicky. Am I wrong in saying that? Again, this is all brand spanking new to me. So, I mean, I didn't even know I had to take this little bend clicker thing, the bending metal piece off. So anyways, I'm at your guys' mercy for this. I can start the electronics and worry about the hot end later. That's no problem. But I just thought, I think I'm missing a piece for back here to mount the carriage or whatever you want to call it, where this whole Klicky thing here goes back. I think it mounts off of this. I think. No, it can't. It's going to be lower or whatever it is. Anyways, that's sort of where I'm stuck. as far as the Klicky goes. Can't be mounted on here because it's got to be at least as low as the tool head, as this whole thing comes up. Unless, yeah, so that's kind of where I'm lost, is how this whole dock mounts and where it mounts. I could not find instructions on that. So any help is appreciated with that. And I suppose until that happens, I can go ahead and start the electronics. So, but I'll do some looking up and see what I can find. But I've just been looking for all the instructions on the GitHub site for the Klicky. So, and that's sort of how I got to where I am on the Klicky right now. And I just went ahead and built it off camera because it was a tedious little. It would have been such a waste of time on camera because I had, with my big hands and the tiny screws and the tiny magnets, I had a lot of issues with getting things to cooperate. But I did finally get it. And there's 2 spare parts. I don't know why they had me print them, but apparently I didn't need them. But anyways, but we can always put the Klicky on because from what I understand, this hot end is easy to take on and off. So there we go. Let's see. Okay, enough of that. Enough playing around. Come on, this is a serious channel. Okay, so no responses to that. So I'm going to move on to the electronics. Okay. Unless my chat is frozen. No, I don't think my chat's frozen. I think everybody is just stunned and quiet. Let's see. We have 7 likes and 12 watching. I like those. I like that ratio. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn my printer over again and we'll start working on the electronics. So if I go back to the display here, we're going to ignore all this part because I need to find out what's going to go on with that Klicky. And there's no sense building everything if I have to take everything apart again just to make an adjustment on that. And it doesn't look like it's a huge build to put all that together because there's just putting the Stealthburner on and then putting on the ADXL mount, et cetera, and then we're done. Okay. Smash that like button. Yes, you come on and tell them, old curmudgeon. Thank you. Okay, so if I go back to the manual for the what we're doing here, not that one. This is where I got the instructions for the Klicky probe and where I built it. This is all on GitHub. But it doesn't talk about mounting the dock. It doesn't talk about where the dock goes and everything. And I finished everything right up to this and this, to the probe thing, yada, yada. And we did the probe, we did that, and we have it at that stage. Boom, just like that. And checked my work. I did the continuity test to make sure that everything was good. And I know it goes there, but that's as far as I got. And right there, that's kind of what I'm looking at right there. So they have a mount here, okay, and I think I don't think I printed this. I think this is another piece I got to print. And I don't know, does that scoop all the way up to that other extrusion here? Or does it hang off the extrusion on the side? Which it can't because the Z will hit it. So I think that's sort of where I'm stuck. And it says a hair's worth of gap. So that's going to need to be adjusted up and down based on where this is. And this whole hot end has to come off in order to adjust this up and down. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So until I print this piece and get this all settled out, there's no sense me putting that hot end together yet. Yeah, see right there. And that's the piece right there that I'm looking at. So to me, it looks like that swings up to that extrusion and comes down enough to be below the hot end. And yeah, okay. So, and yeah, and that's it. That's sort of all the talks. But I couldn't find STLs for any of these pieces here either. So I've got to look for those as well. It's a quick print, obviously, because it's a small piece. But we'll go from there. Okay, so anyways, back to here. So we can skip. We've done this, so we can skip right to this section right here, which is the electronics. And I believe I do have the proper pieces printed for this now. So let's come back onto here. Let's look at me. I'm going to take a beverage break. Only 14 people tonight, but I am 2 hours later than usual, so that is expected. Okay, so let's get these parts out. We have a main board here we're going to deal with. We have I did pick up, this was not included. So I got this on Amazon this week. This is a Meanwell 5-volt power supply for the Raspberry Pi. This is the same power supply that I put on the rat rig to power the Pi on the rat rig. So I know that works well. It's a good little power supply made by Meanwell. We're good. I don't need the box. And then we have the... Now, I have a question for you. You guys don't seem to be answering my questions, so I'm going to maybe answer this one myself. So this is a Meanwell 200 watt 24-volt power supply, which I will immediately switch over to 110 volt, 115 volt. Now, I want to ask you, stay there, don't go anywhere. I have a spare. Yes, a spare. And they're about exactly the same size. I have a spare Meanwell 350 watt 24 volt power supply. Is there any advantage to me using a 350 watt versus a 200 watt? Do I need, so that's my question. Is there an advantage to using a 350 watt over the 200 watt? They're both 24 volt. They're both Meanwell. This one is just a spare I had lying around. So, hey, Major Gamer Geek, how are you? You're thinking of ordering a 350 cube. Cool. That'd be great. This is a fun build so far. So, I mean, I'm inclined just to use the one that came with it because, bed is AC powered. 200 watt is more than enough. Okay, fair enough. So I'll save my 350 watt for whatever. Yeah, the bed is AC powered, and hence why we have the SSR solid state relay here. This is the one that came with it. I'm assuming it's a decent one, came with a kit, so we'll figure that out. So we have the SSR, we have the main power supply, and we have the Raspberry Pi. This is like gold. The 350, I don't know where I got that off of. I think I got that off of a printer that I retired for parts. I don't remember. So this is like gold. This is probably worth its weight in gold. So this is a Raspberry Pi 4B. Raspberry Pi 4 Model B. 1 gigabyte RAM that came with it. So I know they're not doing Raspberry Pis anymore in the kits because they are very hard to get, but they were generous enough to throw this in for me. I bought the Major Gamer Geek. I bought this kit. This kit was, partially sponsored by, but this is an LDO kit. It's a kit from LDO Motors. So a partially sponsored kit, this one. So LDO Motors and I worked together to get me one of these kits. Okay. So if we go to the instruction window, which I should actually just pop up, let me go ahead and get my close-up camera. So we are kind of looking, or do I want my overhead camera? Hang on a minute here. Let's see what this overhead camera view looks like. I honestly have too many cameras on the go right now, but that's okay. I'd rather have too many than not enough. There we go. So we have a good little overhead camera view here. And then on this overhead view, although that camera seems a little dark. So give me 2 seconds. That's going to be this camera. And I'm just going to brighten that video up just a little bit here. Just about like that. There we go. The magic of OBS and all that. You don't really need that mic in the way there right now. And then I'm going to bring in... I'm going to add this, and then we're just going to pull this up right over there so you can kind of see what I'm working on. There we go. I think that is just peachy. You don't really need to see my face at this point in time. Hot end on this one is going to be the Voron Revo hot end. That is right. The hot end's in there already, and that's the hot end right there. That's the Revo for the Voron. It's already put together. So I have the kit, so I have that plus 3 other nozzles. I think it's a 0.6, 0.8, and a 1 millimeter. So excited to do that. Okay, so I need to grab the Raspberry Pi. In this case, the Raspberry Pi mount I am using. There's all my parts. Let's just put these out. Let's get rid of that paper. And these are all the different parts that I printed for this. And the Raspberry Pi one is the one that says Pi on it, which is right there. So it says, oh, wrong camera. It says Pi on it. So that's where we're going to mount the Raspberry Pi. Move these aside. Just grab me a piece of pie. And then I need also one of the, these are the things that really confuse the crap out of me. I don't, these little mounts that are for mounting onto the DIN rails. So I believe they're called DIN rails. Fourth, you think, is a 0.2 millimeter. Oh, could very well be. Yeah. I haven't taken a really close look at it. So I printed a whole bunch of these different ones to make sure I had enough. So those are the same. That is the same. No, that's a little thinner. That top one's thinner. That's a thick one. So these two are the same. So there's two of those. And then we have a bunch of black ones already. So I believe for the Pi, it's going to be one of these guys. Yes. So we're going to need the self-tapping screws, which I have right. I had them here handy. Self-tappers. Just going to dig through here. Have a whole bunch of them somewhere here. Now you see, a well-prepared streamer is going to have all these screws and everything laid out to begin with, so he knows where they are, but hey, that's just boring. There we are, self-tapping screws. You guys like to watch me sweat and struggle a little bit, so you'll send, yeah, that'd be great if you could. Appreciate that, yeah, where it's mounted. I'd like to see that. I know I need to print those other pieces, so I'm almost positive of that. So we'll take this and we will, do you guys, here, let me give you guys another. Let me, I got a little bit of real estate on the right side of the screen there. So I'm going to add this source here. We're going to do this. We're going to add this one here and go okay. And then we're going to go boom and bring this down here. There we go. Let's do that. And then let's just might as well utilize all the little resources I have. And we'll just do a little bit of a, there we go. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So we have the Pi board. We're going to take the self-tapping screw through the Pi board and into the whatchamacallit. I honestly don't know what these things, I'm calling them DIN rail clips. So, which is probably fair enough and reasonable enough to call them. 12 people. Dum, da, da, da. Yeah, it's probably late for some people. Here we go. Oops. On one camera, off the other. Let's move this down. Let's move this down so we get a little better view here. There we go. Good. Okay, so we have that one for the Pi. And then next, then we're going to put the M2x10 self-tapping in the Pi. And the Pi is going to go that way. Top of here. Okay. 4 screws. I love these, I don't know why, but I love these little tapping screws that they include in these kits. These are great. I'm sure I can buy them somewhere, but they're really handy for little projects. So Okay, Brendan Wilson. That's exactly what they're called, DIN rail clips. Thank you for confirming that. Okay. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Get in there. Get in. Get in the hole. Isn't that always the case? There we go. Get it started. I'm okay. There we go. Can you hear the roar of my fan that's going beside me? Yav Build. Hey, Shane. Hello, hello. Pay attention, Tim. You don't want to over-tighten these things. You'll crack your parts and you'll be ticked because you didn't print extras of these. All along, I've been printing, like, if it called for 2 of this, I've been printing 4 if they're small pieces. Oh, those screws stick out just a little bit out the back of that. That's all right. Okay. And there we go. Okay, there's the Raspberry Pi board on its DIN rail mount. Next on the list, there we are, is a little 5-volt supply. So that's this little guy, 5-volt supply. So that is going to be one of these straight through DIN mounts. It's not that one. That one's too big. I believe I have this one. I'd better have this one. Tell me I have it. Oh, tell me I have it. See what I mean by... I know I had one that would fit this, you little... Well, maybe it's this one. Oh, no. That's the right size, but it doesn't have the screw through. Oh, see what I mean? Like, there's so many parts to print. Okay, well, we may have to print this part. Not a big deal. We can move on. It's not the end of the world. But it's not one of these. These are too big, too wide. I just need to find the correct one for this. Let's see. I'm pretty sure. You get printing so many parts, and then they all start to look alike, honestly. Okay, well, that's one quick print to do. I wonder if I thought it was this one, and I didn't realize that there's no screw throughs on the top, because we need a screw through on this one. So that's RS255 PSU. Okay, so we're going to put that aside for now. Let's move on to the next one, which is the main power supply. Okay. And this one is going to use the screw throughs as well. And I believe that this one is these ones right here. I actually have these ones because these ones are too long. Yep. So the main power supply is these two right here. And those clips are going that way and that way. Yeah, because this is an LRS 200. And that's the LRS 200 power supply. There we go. Okay. And M4x6s. Let's get some M4x6s out here. M4x6. Here we go. VHB will be good enough. Don't tell the Voron folk. Well, I want to use the proper clips so that if I have to take things off and repair them, have you ever tried to get VHB tape off? Depending on the VHB tape you use, The VHB tape I have is industrial grade. It's meant to hold up. Like the VHB tape I use holds up signs on cinder block and on brick, which is, tells you how strong it is. So, but again, it's not that big a deal. It's a little part that I have to print. I have the gold ABS on my Flash Forge. It's staying on there till this build is done. And I can always swap it onto the V01 if I want to print it very fast. So, and here we go. There we go. There's the mains power supply, all DIN rail clipped up. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, let's just drop the power supply. Why not? Just because. If I'm not mistaken now, the next one is going to be the octopus. Maybe not. What is this? Control board. Control board. No, that's not. So I have the octopus, and this one here, these pieces here, clearly say octopus. So these are going to go on the octopus somehow, but these are going to go on these ones. Is that okay? Tell me okay. Maybe it's these ones, because it's variable. So I think, yeah, there we go. So these can go on here. Now which way? So if we have, just got to make sure the clips are going the same way. So that one can go on here. That's right. And then another one of these for the other side. So this goes on that this way, and then this one goes on this one this way. There we go. Okay. Yay. I do know what I'm doing sometimes. Hey, Zenbender, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Thank you. I was a late stream tonight. We're going to go to about 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. We'll see how it goes. I'm actually able to make a little bit of progress tonight because I grew a brain and printed some parts. But of course, there's one part that I missed, but that's all right. This is not a race. I am not in a hurry to have this built for any specific date or time. So there we go. I learned a lesson on Jerry's stream the other day, or was it my stream? I don't remember. I think it was I don't remember. But anyways, I've been attempting to print carbon fiber nylon, and apparently I've been printing it a little too fast. So we're going to do it again. We're going to dry it out again, try it again, and slow the speed down. So I was told about 40 millimeters a second print speed. I was printing it at 100. So I was just a little bit fast for it. So we'll see. I guess it's kind of like you want the same speeds or similar speeds as TPU in order to allow good adhesion and good coherence with the bonding of the fuselage and the agent corresponders. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking. That's why I only have 12 viewers. Okay, so we have those mounted on there. Then we're going to take the controller board. Looks like quite the plain controller board they've got there. Mine looks a little different. So we're going to open the octopus. Octopus. I actually have two octopus boards. I bought an octopus back when I was doing the rat rig. Not that I was going to use it, but it was on sale. And it was dirt cheap. So I have a spare octopus board with the steppers. And this one has never been opened. Never been opened. It's a virgin octopus. There we go. That's a nice looking board, though. If you can call a board sexy, I call this board sexy. Okay. So this goes on I don't think it really matters. Okay, that is, the ends. I was going to say that is not going to fit, but this is going on the ends. So I want that to go on the inside like that. Yes. And then that one's going to go on the inside like that to give it the stability. And we're going to use M3x6 or M3x6s. M3x10s. Oh, dropping bags after bags after bags. Didn't I just have some M3x6s out? Yeah, I probably did. 10s. Okay, let's still be here pretty close to the front here, I think. I'm just going to take out the ones I'm not using much because I'm always looking for things. M325s, M316s. Sounds like a gun. M316, M3x12s, M3x6. There we go. FH. Do I want FH? No, I want BH. I want button head. Oh. Where are my M3x6s? Button head. There we go. Found them. Four of these guys. Button head cap screw. Button head cap screw. Four of them. There we go. Okay. And this is going to require a 2 millimeter. There we go. Okay, so obviously just going to be self-tapping into this. Like so. Oh, why they didn't use heat sets on these, but I guess because they're M3s and all the heat sets are M4s, maybe. Or are they M3s? What do I know? Okay. And like so. Come on. Come on, cooperate, you little. There you go. What a nice looking board. All the jumpers and all the fizzled ads. Okay, there we go. We have the main board mounted to the DIN rail clips. Believe that's the right way. Looks like it. I guess it really doesn't matter because you can mount it either way. Okay, we have the main board done. Let's throw that right there. What's next? Probably the SSH. Let's see what's next. Oh no, we have this guy. Ooh, cool. See, this I looked in advance because I didn't have this printed, and I printed it. I printed it in where I'm doing all my skirts are being printed in carbon fiber PLA. It's just such nice looking filament. Carbon fiber PLA. Here we go. Okay. So we need the switch and the filtered insert. Fitted insert? Filtered. Filtered. I don't know. I believe that's in the electronics box. There's the insert. I'm going to need this out, I know. There's the switch and the insert. Oh, this is... Oh, come on. Mine's combined in one. Okay. Yet another stumbling block. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Let me see if they've given me... No, they haven't. No, they have not. Okay, so another stumbling block. It's okay. So the LDO kit comes with, unlike you see in the picture there, it comes with 2 extra fuses and this style. So, oh, there's a light on. Boom, boom, this style versus the picture, which has the inlet and the switch on two separate items. So, obviously, this and this are not going to go together. So, we're going to have to figure that out. I'm assuming there's going to be another piece like this to print to fit this one. So, I should have looked at that closer. Yes, I should have. You guys are all correct. I should have looked at that closer, but I didn't. So we'll put them aside, and we're going to figure out if I can find the piece for this that is going to fit this particular thing. It may be on the LDO as one of the optional pieces to print instead of this. So it was just a good waste of carbon fiber PLA, but it's a great little example piece to show people the quality of the carbon fiber PLA. So that goes aside. There's another one of those we'll do it later things. Okay, moving on from this page. We have the solid state relay, which is this guy right here. And that is going to go on, if I am not mistaken, that's what this, no, I think that's what this is for. I believe, yes, it is, because it's a metal thing and it's got a little springy thing here and it clips in. Why they've given this one its own, maybe for grounding. Ooh, maybe it's for grounding. Because this is metal, it's going to be on the metal. It's going to be, maybe it's to be grounded because it's a solid state relay for the bed heater and it needs to be grounded. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. And we need 2 screws in between there. So that's going to go like this and like this. And they line up perfectly and they are M4x6. Same ones we just had. Okay. 2 of these. I'm making a lot of assumptions, but I figure if my assumptions are wrong, my good buddies online are going to jump in and say, hey, don't make those assumptions, DeWitt, but I think my assumptions are correct. And that, because that just fits in there like a glove. And this one's going to fit. Hey, Rapper 3D Printing. Hello, and how are you? Anybody on this watching, if you haven't subscribed to me, go ahead and down below on the bottom right there, hit me a subscribe on YouTube. It's free. And if you're not following me on Twitch and you're watching me on Twitch, because there are a whole one person watching me on Twitch, and that is probably Major Gamer Geek. Give me a follow or a follow on Twitch. Yeah, follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. They're both free. Okay, so that is that and that is that. It's the only reason I can see that this is like metal. This metal piece is to ground it. So we're good. So that's that. So this piece is done. Solid state relay mounted to the metal spring-a-dob piece there. Obviously, that's going to clip into the DIN rail. What does DIN stand for in DIN rail, guys? DIN. What does that acronym stand for? Come on. Come on. Somebody knows it. Don't need this piece right now. Throw it in there. Oh, you're the only one there, Stephen. There was somebody there earlier. So, well, thank you for being here, Stephen. And hello. I don't know if you've spoken up earlier before, but hello and welcome. Thank you. Okay, next piece. Oh, we get to build the ZN stop. The ZN stop. So that is requiring this little guy. Why does this look different? This is the piece I've got for the ZN stop. Now, if you look at the way those holes are, and you look at the spacing here and the spacing here, and if you look at my diagram up there, it does not look the same. Hey, Pinoli Joe. Hey, how are you? Elbow cough. Elbow cough? Pinoli Joe. Dual inline nesting. It was invented by dual inline nesting. Okay, it was invented by Duchess Institute for Numbering. I don't know if Oh, Lord. Jason, I don't know if to take you serious or not. I really don't. So I'm sorry if I'm laughing, but I just don't know whether I should take you serious. Anyways. Okay, I gotta make sure. I've got this piece. And this is longer than the piece that's shown on screen, but I'm gonna go with it because this is the piece that I printed. The other one's probably, maybe this is just an updated piece. Let me double check. Let me make sure I don't have another one. And I don't. Not in the gold, anyways. Your answer is real. Look it up. Okay, I believe you, Jason. I really do. I believe you. I really do. No, seriously, you would not mislead me. Okay, so come on. Okay, we're gonna go with the piece I printed, even though it looks a little longer. But I'm sure there's a reason for that. So I need to now find, and I believe that was in the motion box. If I can find the motion box. Motion. And this is the pulley defrangled. I think that's the one I want. GT2 20-tooth pulley. GT2 20-tooth pulley. And that's in that motion box. And I can put the rest of this away. And then now I need to find... Or would that be in the electronics? Maybe there's two of them. It's just funny that that's in the motion box. But let's see. Belts, chains, and fans. Electronics, 1 of 2. Cable kit. I'm trying to find where my end stop switches are. Put that there. Cable kit might have the end switches in it. End stop switches. Here, I can let you guys laugh at me while I'm doing this. Here we go. Hey, as long as the defangled pulley fits, you should be gold. Okay, sounds good. Defangled pulley. Deflanged. What? Defangled. Oh, man. I got to read better. E-stepper BO, probe signal, chamber thermistor, hot end thermistor, end stop cable, part fan cable. These are all cables. There's no end stops. End stop cable, Z probe. Oh, there's a Z probe. So this came with the actual probe that was supposed to go in there, but we're doing the Klicky, so we're not going to worry about that probe. Okay, didn't know that. And then this one is the Ethernet cable, Z end stop cable, controller RPI, controller to RPI USB cable, filter, LED extrusion, and LED strips. So we got my LED strips. So no end stops. Okay, I'm going to find some end stops. So there's that box. I don't know why I'm looking in the belts, chains, and fans, but you never know what you'll find. No, this is just, as it says, belts, chains, and fans. Okay. And then we're going to look in the... There's a circuit board with the end stops in it, on it. Okay, let me have a look and see. Okay, here we go. So we have toolhead PCB, XY end stop PCB, Z end stop PCB. So let's have a look. Because we're on this one, we're going to be looking for the Z end stop. So let's see what we got here. So many different ways to configure these things. There's a PCB. There is a little piece here. I'll just show you guys what we're getting out here. So we have a PCB here, which says it is the, oh, it's a beautiful looking board. Hang on, where's the light? I mean, it's gold. You got to kind of, why are we not focusing? Because you're being stubborn, camera. So this says toolhead breakout PCB. Oh, that's probably the toolhead breakout PCB. This one doesn't have a name on it at all. It's just a little 3-pin one, and we have, you're right, look at that, the ZN stop. So it's a PCB with a ZN stop on it. So this is different than, obviously different than, so we're going to stray from the instructions again. And then we have, this is the, I assume, X and Y end stops. And that is the hot end PCB, which we don't need. Okay. So we'll just worry about the end stops for now, but it looks like the Z end stop, let's just see. So there's got to be a different set of instructions on how this goes on based on the LDO kit. So let me, always a snag, but that's okay. That's the fun part of all this stuff. And anyways, I'm just curious if the defangled pulley is going to work. Defangled pulley, deflanged. And let's see it. Oh, it would have fit. We would have made that fit. But we can't, I don't think this method is usable with this Z end stop. So I need to look up some instructions somewhere for the LDO version of their end stops. And then same thing with the X and Y. Even though it doesn't say it, I'm assuming this is the X and Y, and they are on a PCB board as well. So let's have a peek. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to display 2. And why is there a blank screen on the bottom left of display 2 is beyond me. So we will take that and get rid of it. And we will do this and do this and give you guys, just so you can see the beauty of me. And we'll do that. And let's see if I can find, let's go ahead and go, I think I can, they'll have it on their site. Right here. Nope, wrong one. I want the LDO site right here. So if we go the 2.4, 300, I don't need the bill of materials. Unpublished. No, that's not what I need. Wiring guide. Okay, I don't need that. Here we go. ZN stop. Okay. Wiring the ZN stop. Our ZN stop is slightly different from the official end stop. Use our printed part. The end stop mounts to the extrusion using, okay. Okay, so that's why the part is longer. Okay. Oops. Get back to my screen so I can see people in chat making fun of me. There we are. Okay, perfect. So that makes sense. So we do need the deflanged pulley. I don't know why I kept calling it defangled. It's just my, and we are going to use this piece. So we're going to go back to here and build it to the point. So we're just going to put that, we're just going to apply the required first, sit the pulley and printed part. Okay. And then we're going to end up going back here. So we're going to apply the required force. Are you ready for this? Okay. Oh, there we go. We are in. That was the required force. Now, this also shows a rod in there already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here. And there we go, 5mm shaft. Now, I believe I saw that shaft in the motion kit. Here we go. There we go, 5mm shaft with a little bendy thing in the middle, nozzle probe shaft. I think that's what we want. And I think that's all I need. And let me just make sure. Okay. So we have this, we have a 5mm shaft, and we're going to need some grub screws. I don't believe there was any more grub screws left in here. Nope. So I got to find my grub screws. And they look like they are, I believe, M2. What do I have here? There's M3 set screws. Those look small. What else do I have? Right there. M4. It's one of those two. It's the M4s. Definitely the M4s. Okay. And these are pre-treated with Loctite, blue Loctite, so we're okay. So let's get these started in here. Okay. And the 5mm shaft, preventing mishaps, you can add a notch. Here we go. You can add a notch to the ZN stop point and capture it with a set screw to prevent it from falling out. We've already, they've in their beautiful forward-thinking minds, they've already added a notch for me. And now, do I go in this way? Or do I go in this way? I'm going to say I go in this way because it was sticking out too far the other way. And we will make sure that when we're in this way, we hit one of those, we hit the flat spot on it. So we'll go in just so we can't see the flat spot. And we will tighten it on the flat. Come on. There we go. And we'll tighten it on the round. So that is not going anywhere. Okay. Now if we go back to the LDO version, which is right here. So I'm looking now at this one right here. So we are going to put the LDO board, it's going to sink in like that, and we're going to use self-tapping screws from the bottom using the screw hole and the micro switch rather than the 4 screws on the bottom of the assembly manual. Okay, so what they're saying is okay, what? Okay, so this is going to go on like this. Okay, I'm not. Oh, it's this way for one. No, do I have this the wrong orientation? So we have this part up, and this goes in like this. That pushed that whole unit up. Maybe that, I think that rod is in too far because it was pushing the whole thing up. So let's loosen that off. And let's pull this up. And then let's snug that up again. probably better. The rod needs to float up and down so I can push the switch. But how does the rod float up and down if we tighten it? Am I not supposed to tighten it? Okay, let me go back and see if I missed something in the other one. Oh, to prevent it from falling out. I get it. Oh, okay. So we don't want to tighten it in. Okay. Okay. So I don't even need this in there. Okay. I don't even need that one in there. And this one just kind of like that, so that this goes, so that this just goes like this. And the cutout in there is just so that it doesn't fall out. Okay. Okay. Look at that. Yeah. Got it. I got it. See, it's when I run into those little mishaps, like, well, it keeps pushing it up and blah, blah, blah. Of course, that's a Z end stop switch, so it's going to do this. Now, my confusion here now, if we go back to the LDO instructions, I just have to think about this for a minute. The mounting of the PCB uses M2 self-tapping screws using the screw hole on the micro switch rather than the 4 screws. Oh, so there's screw holes on the micro switch. So rather than the 4 screws on the bottom of the assembly manual. Okay, so there's 2 screw holes on the bottom of the micro switch here. The micro switch goes in this way. Okay, and then they're going to screw into these 2 things right here. I kind of get it now. And then this hits the switch. Okay. You'd flip the printer, it'd fall out, forget to put it back in, and crash. Yeah, okay. So that little cutout is a great idea. Okay, cool. Okay, so a couple self-tapping screws. Okay. This is fun. Confusing at times, but fun. And you guys being on my stream, I cannot say enough about all you guys and all the help you guys give me. That's awesome. Except, where's my tech support guy? Oh, he's waiting. He hasn't had an opportunity yet to say, now do you want to know the easy way? Jason, are you sleeping? It's all good, man. And Jason, I still owe you something, and I have not forgotten about it. So it's there. It's at my office, ready to send. There we go. Okay, that looks like it's put together the way it is meant to be. Okay, got that. Okay. Yeah, that would suck. Crash trying to home Z. But you learn, and again, somebody said, why don't we just put a cutout in that so that it still moves, but it doesn't. Yeah. Okay, I get it. Cool. Cool. Okay. So we have that part done. So let's go to, was it this one? Yeah. Let's go to the next part. So we finished that, and now let's see what this says. So now we're finished, and we have a part that looks just like it does in the diagram there. With the Voron logo on this side, we have our, and we have the plug on this side. You're just doing stuff right the first. Thanks, Jason. Wiring the XY end stop. The XY end stop cable has the same 4-pin JST connector as both ends, but only one end has a label. We recommend connecting the end with the label to the controller and the end without the label to the XY end stop PCB. Okay. Makes sense, but those wires are obviously in the wiring kit. And then we get back talking about the probe, and we're not worrying about the probe at this point. And then we get to the LED strips, but we're not worrying about that right now. So we are back to this guy here. And now that this is all put together, we are going to get M3 T-nuts, and we're going to mount it where are we mounting it? Oh, right below the bed. And the back of the bed or the front of the bed? Looks like the back of the bed. Let me see. Okay, let's move some boxes here. So many boxes, so little space. Okay. Okay. Jason, you're funny. Okay, so the shaft of the Z-end stop must not touch the print bed. Adjust the position if required. Got to be 1.5 millimeters away from the print bed. And it goes on the back of the print bed. Okay, so let's go ahead and maybe get this camera view right here over like that. Let's go ahead and rotate this guy. And we are putting this over here behind the bed, 1.5 millimeters out from the bed. That kind of makes sense. So we're going to put T-nuts in the side right here. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a bonus angle, possibly, to watch me do this. Let's see. Right there. It's just not very bright. No. Better yet. It's much easier just to take this guy, because I've got to get at this too, and put it right there, and then just do kind of like something like that. That's just not very bright is all. It's just it's a shadowy area down here. So, hey, Jerry, how are you? Okay, I need an M3 T-nut. T-nuts unite. There we are, M3 T-nuts. Two of these. Then we're going to need some M3 by 20 socket head cap screws, M3 by 20s. Okay. There we are, M3 by 20s. Got them. I got so many screws around here. Oh. Get your video edited? Not yet, no. Oh, Jerry. Oh. I'm working on editing a video, and I haven't got it done yet, so. Okay, where did I put the T-nuts? I just took them out. T-nuts. I just dumped two of them out. Where'd I put them? I swear. I am losing my freaking mind here. Okay, we'll take two more out. I know I took two out. Oh. Okay. So let me get that a little brighter for you guys. Just because I like to make things, you guys see everything nicely. So let's do this. Let's bring this light down and in. And let's see if this makes a difference. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So we're going to slide a T-nut in here. We're going to attempt to slide a T-nut in here. There's one. put this one this way so that they can reach each other. Come on, get in there. Oh, come on. There we go. And there's the second one. Okay. Then we need the 20 millimeter. It goes in. So the plug is facing out. And of course, 20 millimeters. The 20 millimeters are not going to be long enough. If you look, put the 20 millimeter in, there's nothing sticking out. So obviously this is a little wider. Yeah. No, so I need something longer than 20s. Okay, let's try what's next. What do I have? What's next? 25s. 325 socket heads. Cap screws. 25s. Come on. I have 30s. Maybe 30s will work. How far are they going to stick? 30s are going to be too long. So I need 25s. Audio's out of sync? Okay. I can fix an out of sync audio problem I can do it in 5 seconds now. So you guys can time me right now. Ready? Go. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, and 5 1000. There, should be back in sync now. Okay. Meanwhile, I need to find some M325 socket head cap screws. The 20s will not fit. And 30s are too long. Unless I'm doing something wrong, but there we are. M325s right there. No, I'm not doing anything wrong. That's kind of just obvious that they're not going to fit through. But let's see, 25 should be just about the right length. And let's see, put an M325 through here, and that's going to be fine. So it's a 25, not a 20 that I need. Stop it, gravity. Okay. And I'm going to just space this out so I don't struggle with it. Going to space these T-nuts out proper. Should be good. Start the one. See if I can do this on this angle or if I need to get my ball head. No, I need to grab my ball head. Wear a hex keys. Oops. Can't see the chat. There we go. Okay. This should help. Oh, man. Okay. Let's get you lined up. Oh, man, I'm blocking the whole view here. Let's get you lined up with the hole here. Sometimes you just can't see everything. There's that one in. hope I'm lined up okay, and I think I am. It feels like I'm lined up okay. Good. Now we want 1.5 millimeters between the bed and the probe. So let's get my caliper, 1.5 millimeters. Okay, I'm right there. 151. I'm cheating by 0.5 millimeter. So we're going to go like this. Oh man, that's so small to measure. So actually, I'm just going to eyeball it. That looks right about right there. Looks about right. Close enough for me. 1.5 millimeters. So let's snug these up. Snug this guy up. There we go. Okay, hopefully that's good. There we go. Okay. All that work. Okay, there we go. Let's get this guy back. Let's turn this light off so you're not being blinded there. Let's see what we're doing next. It tracks up, down, left, and right. You know what else it does? This is the one Zolon has, right, Jerry? And if I make an L, it's not perfect. I'm out of sync still? Stop it. It could very well be that I have too many things plugged into my... it could be that I have too many things plugged in right now. Not going to work. It's shy. Okay, let's see what's next. So we've put the Z probe on, or the Z end stop. Must not touch the bed. Adjust as required. Yeah, and so 1.5 millimeters is what we've done, just like in the image there. Now it looks like we're going to do the XY end stop. Now I've got to go to the LDO because LDO has a little different setup for the XY end stop. Or does it? Yeah, it does. Hang on a minute. So the LDO XY end stop is just this L-shaped board, a little different than that. So let's go ahead and see if they have a different... that's not what I want. What I want is right there. So they talked about the Z end stop there, but they're not talking about the XYs, or are they? Let's see. No, they're not there. They're not talking about it there. No. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to have to wing it based on this. So let's have a look and see what parts I've got for this. Oh, come on, get off of there. So let's go back here. Well, not the 4K. No, it's the 1080p or 1080. Yeah, this was on sale, like incredible sale price. So doesn't want to do it. Okay. I want to find the piece that they're looking for right now, which, so what I'm going to have to do, pretend you're watching an old Chinese movie. So I need to find this piece. So basically what's happening, if you look at the LDO kit came with the XY end stop that looks like, I swear I have, there it is right there. So the XY end stop is basically on a PCB board that looks like that. It's really hard to see. It's not a black piece, right? So it kind of looks like that. Doesn't kind of look like that. That's exactly what it looks like. And if you look at the instructions, we are showing the end stop switches being totally independent, blah, blah, blah. So I've got to figure out how this is going to work. So what I'm going to do is try and find the pieces. So that's a highlighted piece. So that, I should have printed that piece, which I did right there. So there's that piece they're looking for right there. And then there's obviously a, if I switch over here again, they're obviously looking for a top piece. Oh, maybe that's the board. Option XY then stop board. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, there's another option, Hall effect end stop board. So we're not doing the Hall effect. Apparently that sucks. Okay, so that's the part I want right there. See, all I had to do was flip the page. So there we go. Okay, so what they are saying is I'm going to use this piece. Oh, come on, close up. Close up. Hey, Dora. Hey, Focus Tech Dora. I think it's Dora. Hello, how are you? Welcome. So I believe this piece here and the plug is going to go facing this way, and that is going to go on like, oh, that's just, no, this is going to turn around. Like this. So this is going to go on just like that. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to attach that with two M3x8s. M3x8s. I know I had some M3x8s here a minute ago. M3x8 socket head cap screws. There we go. We got another 15 minutes. Well, we got a lot done. We got a lot done tonight's stream, and I'd go a little longer, but we started late, unfortunately. But that's all right. It's all good. Okay, M3x8s, and these are not no heat sets in this, so these are just going to be self-tapping into here. Okay. Okay, that, and we're good. And the other one. And this guy. There we go, just like that. Oh, while you're here, Dora, let me show you something here. Just because you're here. This is a piece, just for your information. Tough to see with the light, but this is carbon fiber PLA from Matter 3D up here that was printed on your Odin F5. Really, really nice prints off that machine. I've been getting excellent prints. I'm printing all my skirts for the Voron 2.4r on that out of this carbon fiber material. So it turned out really nice. It prints the carbon fibers really good. Now, I'm guilty of, I have not switched to a hardened steel nozzle, but the nozzle you have on there, which is the one that came with it, I have run probably 9 pieces similar to this, and I'm still not having any issues with the nozzle widening. It's going to happen eventually, but I'm now curious to see how long that nozzle is going to last. Okay, so we got this piece built. This is the XY end stop. And then we're going to go on to, and this is the version we built, this guy right here. Now we're going to go up and we're going to attach it underneath to the, oh boy, that's really, really small. Looks like it's going underneath the bottom of the, this guy here. So let's turn this, let's come on and turn, maybe this is a better view. So it looks like it's going to go, can you see on this camera, but I believe if I'm looking at this right, we have the front of the bed here. Okay, so if I turn this towards you guys, so here's the front of the bed, and it looks like it's going to mount underneath here, according to the image. So we're on the front of the bed, and it's on the right-hand side looking at the front of the bed. So underneath here, Can I raise this without causing too much issue? I guess I can't. Oh, man, that hurt. Oh, I got to get in shape. And that's going to attach under here somewhere. Oh, that hurt. Cool. Okay, let me raise it up some more. Let me try my other arm. My left arm's usually stronger, so. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm a weakling. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm just out of shape. I need to lift weights or something. So it looks like it goes in. So we have. I wonder if I'm better to turn this on its side. I probably am. So let's turn this on its side. And this will probably be one of the last things we do because it's getting to my 9 o'clock time. If I turn this over. Oh, she's heavy. There we go. And then I can actually give you guys a better view with this camera right here. What we're going to do. Come on, get over there and stay there. So it mounts onto here. And there we go. And he said, let there be light. And there was light. Okay. So it's going to mount onto here. Front of the bed is here. And I just got to get the orientation correct. M3 by 30s. Let's get a couple M3 by 30 screws here. We don't need that close-up camera down on the bottom. That's not focused for some reason. There we go. Dum, da, 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 da. There we go. Okay. Let me grab a couple M3 by 30s. M3 by 30 socket head cap screws. There we go. 2 of these. Very happy so far, Jerry. Just hooked it up tonight. So, but so far so good. Okay, and this is it right here. It does the face tracking really, really well. Okay, so, and if I go down, it's going to track me. And the color is great. I mean, the color is awesome. The width, the view is great. It pretty much captures my whole studio. If I wanted to show you, say, more over here, I would just move over here, and you can kind of see in behind me more of the studio over there. And if I wanted to move over here, you can kind of see in behind me here. And I can say, there's my flash forward, the rat rig, there's the flash forwards right there, and then we got Prusa's in behind there, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah. I need to ream out a hole here. So, quite happy with it, Jerry. I didn't steer you wrong with those other little ones, so I think it'll be pretty good with these ones, too. So I just got to ream these holes out a little bit. Watch your videos on it like 10. Okay. So these M330 should nice and slide through here now and through here. Oh, that's not a 30. What the heck? That was in the bag, said 30. One of these bolts is not like the other. That is not a 30 millimeter bolt. That's like 50. Get out of here. Beyond. Go away. Okay, so one here, and then we can switch to that overhead view. And it looks like it mounts. So this goes to the outside and the switch. So it looks like it goes God, this is just such an odd view. Get the right size hex key here. Okay. And let me just boom, 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 and send that back. Okay, muffin tins. What? Kezaz. Are you spam or are you? Anyways, muffin tin. So the switches go towards the back. They've got to go towards this is the front, so this is going to be in the outside. I just want to get this on backwards. Oh, it's these two holes right here. Okay, so this has got to go in these two holes right here, and if I'm not mistaken, is that right? Ow, ow, ow. Oh, I just bumped my head on the mic. That makes sense because this is going to come over and hit the X switch. This one is going to come back to here and hit the Y switch. So that should be right. But those bolts look awful. Sorry, that's shaky. Those bolts look awful long. Okay, come on, get out of there. They look awful long to be going in those. And there's nothing but blank linear rail underneath. So what am I seeing wrong here? M3 by 30s. Are these actually 30s? Or is that bag all mixed up? No, that's a 30. And according to this, this goes, it's going into the linear rail. Oh, I get it. Okay. It goes into the linear rail carriage, I guess, if you want to call it that. That makes sense. So that's what's going to happen. And I'll bet I got the wrong size hex key again. I do. I'm thinking it's not going in. We've been through this. We know what I'm doing. Okay, so it screws into the linear rail carriage. All I had to do was stop and think. There we go. And there we go. So there we go. It's on there now. So we have our Y end stop here, which is going to hit there. And then we have our X end stop here, which is obviously going to hit here or somewhere on the hot end. Hard hat. I have my hard hat. You want to... Speaking of hard hats, we got to wind up here shortly anyway. So speaking of hard hats, I'm going to be wearing my hard hat this Thursday. Jason, you might want to be nice to me. I may have to make a will and put you in it for some of my 3D parts. But Thursday, at my other job, I have to let me just quickly see what's the next stops on here. Oh, now we're getting into some wiring and WAGO stuff. So yeah, let's call it a night for now. We've got a bit done. I have to figure out the whole power supply piece here. There's got to be another piece here for the power supply for the inlet and the switch that came with the Voron kit, which is this one. So obviously this switch is not going to go in this. Okay, this has the separate switch and the inlet separate, whereas this is together. So there's got to be another piece for this out there. So I will look that up. So, and that's what we'll work on this week. And then next week, we'll continue on with what we're doing. That's awesome. I think we got a lot of progress tonight. So anyways, so speaking of hard hats, and thank you. You reminded me, I got to bring my hard hat to the office. And where is my hard hat? Right here. Hang on. Got to go get my hard hat. This is an actual CSA or whatever you want to call it, certified hard hat. It's decked out as Canadian. Let my hair grow out as a cushion. There we go. I can't grow hair. Now this has got the full certification, blah 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 on it, the V grade, and all that. So I need this, and thank you for reminding me. I got to bring that to the office because on Thursday I'm removing some vinyl at a customer's place. They're moving into our building. I got to go to their old location and remove some vinyl, but the vinyl is 35 feet up in the air on a window on the inside of a building on the plus 15, we call it, on the second level. But I got to get it. I've rented a scissor lift that's going to raise me up 35 feet in the air. And I'm going to remove vinyl from one window. And then I'm going to move the scissor lift over, remove vinyl from the second window. So it's exciting. I took a scissor lift course. I've never been on a scissor lift before, but it seems pretty simple. I will have an experienced person there on the ground monitoring me. He's going to have controls as well. And I get to go up 35 feet on a scissor lift with a hard hat, and he's going to loan me his harness. So you put a harness on and you clip off so that if I decide to take a dive or jump, I can only go so far because a harness will save me, supposedly. So yeah, wish me luck. That's my excitement for Thursday. So a bike helmet saved your life 20 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I would never do that scissor lift thing without this. It's just dumb. It's a requirement anyways. An OSHA, occupational self and safety thing. It's a requirement anyways to have a hard hat and a safety harness on one of these things. But yeah, and your bike helmet probably cracked too, didn't it? That's what I've heard, is that motorcycle helmets, bike helmets, anything, basically when you get hit hard enough and oh, you just decided to come in now. Bye, spammer. That if you get hit hard enough, it'll actually crack the helmet, and the helmet's done, and you have to get another one. But you definitely have to. But that's what they're made for. And $100 hard hat or whatever they cost, I think that one was $30 or $40, is better than cracking your skull open. Your first time on a scissor lift scared the heck out of you when you went to lower it. It goes down fast for the first foot. Well, thanks for the heads up. Good to know. Yeah, your helmet broken too, and that's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to do, is break. They're supposedly made to break on an impact, because if they don't break, it's something to do with the impact and how it vibrates through your body and stuff. So awesome. Well, I'm glad. And see, there's so many people out there that don't wear helmets on a bicycle. And I know there's some states, I don't know, Canada, it's a law to wear a helmet on a motorcycle. I know there's some states down there in the US where they don't have to wear a helmet on a motorcycle. And to me, that is just plain, and forgive me if anybody on here rides a motorcycle without a helmet, don't be insulted, but I just think it's dumb. I think you're just playing with, you're just, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when something will happen. So, but all that said and done, I'm going to have my first scissor lift experience. It's going to be fun. Thanks for the heads up that it might come down quick, but I'm not a fan of heights, but I've been up on high ladders before, and I've been up a few different heights. I don't mind getting up on looking over the rail of, like for instance, the Grand Canyon. I'm okay with looking over the rail, looking down, etc. But I think I'm going to be fine. We have ground support here, and we have safety harness and a hard hat, so it should be good. But we're going to take some pictures of it too, so I'll post some pictures on Twitter. So, but as far as that goes, we're done the stream for tonight. Perfect timing, 9:00. We'll try and be on time next Sunday as well. We'll see what happens. Family first always for me, and we had some things to do today, so that's why we were late tonight. And it's worked out fine. We got a lot done tonight still. It's awesome. So I'm just checking to see if there's any of the conversation I missed that I have to answer, and I don't think there is. No, I think we're good. And I don't know if you're still on, but Zexelter, if you're still on, thank you so much for for sending me that PCB and the decal and the silicone sock. That's above and beyond, and I truly appreciate that. This is going to work now, isn't it? Watch. It's going to work. Come on. I'm not a loser. I'm just. No, it doesn't want to work. Okay. Hey, Mike, I'm just wrapping up. Sorry, Mike, I'm just wrapping up. So, but thank you, everybody. You need to work on your 2.4's wiring, but you misplaced the extruder wire somewhere. Yeah. I'm going to misplace something here, guaranteed, because if you kind of see the little bit of a shamble of boxes and stuff over here and screws, but everything is here somewhere. So yeah. Okay, anyways, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody showing up again. Same time next Sunday to continue the 2.4 build. And in the meantime and in between time, I may do something else. We don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how my week goes. So I want to thank everybody who's here. And there we go. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And all your help is super, super appreciated. And you guys don't know how much I appreciate it. So take care. Have a wonderful week. Stay safe. And we'll catch you guys all next weekend. Bye for now.